Hello and welcome to GoldBoys Primetime. I am DegenEli here with BrianVsTheBooks, Paranormal based Jerry, as well as sidekicks Picks, giving us some analysis on the tournament. I think we actually are not supposed to say the name of the tournament. Like nobody watched the show, doesn't matter anyway. But there are I think legal things there. So
don't say March Madness. I got it.
Yeah, don't say March Madness.
Okay.
But yeah, how we doing, boys? Left to right, remember.
So am I first then?
Yeah, because you're the farthest.
How do you read it?
You're the
Do
farthest
you
to the
read it?
left on the
Okay.
screen. So then you
Well,
would go
see,
first.
I don't have my screen up. I'm sorry. I had my my other stuff up. But
amateur
I'll
hour.
go first. I'm feeling great. I was kind of hosting a spaces with one of our partners, Pickett Sports, and I kind of already mentioned it, and that's how I'll enter in this show. I need a Joel Embiid masterclass tonight more than I need air in my body. This is a great spot for him to kind of come in and do that. And the MVP race is closing in. And as a Phillies guy, Philly fan, born and raised, I need it more. Like if he has a bad game, you might not see me on the show again. I might just never ever come back on air or walk ever again. I
Well,
might
that's
just
not true
die.
because I think we have your address somewhere. So, but you know, I'm rooting for Joel, whatever his name is. JoJo is what you call him affectionately.
Yeah.
I think so. What's up, Jerry? Jerry's muted for me. Okay, Jerry's muted. I'm gonna fix it. How's that?
It was a rough 5
There we go.
days.
There we go.
And this guy just stinks, man. He just ruined my whole week. I was
this?
stuck with that stupid profile picture.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
you were
hates
so
me
real
for the
quick. You
profile
you were
picture.
muted for the first like 10 seconds. You were talking because I'm an idiot to the stream.
I was muted.
Yeah, yeah. Because
You're
I'm
doing a
an
great job, by the way.
I-
They should pay you
multitasking my
more than
ass
they pay
off. I'm telling
You're
you.
doing a great job.
I'm telling you.
There's no better insult than to tell someone they're doing a great job when like they're like iffy. Like great job, by the way. Nothing stings more.
I'm glad I can entertain you, Brian. I'm glad I'm giving you
Yeah.
giggles now. I'm glad I gave you giggles all week, and I just hope your day stinks.
So if you
there's
missed it,
Yeah.
Brandon's sidekick, but I'm gonna keep calling you Brandon, but your sidekick Picks on Twitter. You should go follow him. Last week we did trivia, Jerry versus Brian, and it was my idea that the loser had to, or the winner got to pick the loser's Twitter profile picture for a day, and so Jerry lost and had to use like a Dolphins thing
Yeah,
that Brian
I
made.
made a graphic
It-
where it was a dolphin that's dead upside down. It was Bryce Harper beating it like a pinata. It's pretty cool.
But Jerry has Twitter Blue, so it got stuck, and they wouldn't let him change it back for like 4 days. So we're not doing that again.
It was supposed to be, it was supposed to be for 24 hours or a day. And then when I saw that, I was actually, Jerry, if it makes you feel better, I was sweating and under when that happened, and I was really sad that it looked like it was over. And I saw your tweet, and it kind of picked me back up. It kind of really made my day, really made my night to see that you were stuck there for a while.
I'm happy for you. I'm really glad I brought entertainment to you.
DJ Angel in chat saying, let's go Puerto Rico. Money line, I think I might be in with you. We're going to get to World Baseball Classic. We're going to maybe talk a little bit, probably not actually. We talked about it last night, PGA and UFC. Definitely NBA, but first we're going to do a few minutes on the National College Basketball Championship tournament that begins kind of tonight but kind of tomorrow. They've made it super complex, hard to follow, but you know. That's why we got sidekick here, because Brian and Jerry are just anti-betting on kids, they say, so they don't even watch the games.
No,
but,
I'm anti-winning when I bet on kids. I always set aside like 5 units that I take out of my bank account for the tournament that I like hope to come out on top. But it's always fun, and there's nothing better than having a few drinks with friends, watching the tournaments, taking a team, watching them miss 3 free throws in a row, like that kind of stuff. You
Love
kind
that.
of need that.
Love that. So
I don't understand how you guys bet on NBA stuff with everyone like sitting out, and
I don't
know.
because I just
I-
kept losing. So
I adapted where I just started betting like 80% unders, and I have like the most spite in my heart watching guys play. So that's kind of where I find my niche.
You
I
would
could-
bet on
I could get
unders.
isn't it
behind that.
niche? So anyway, we
Niche.
got 2 games tonight for the right. It's Farley Dickinson, Texas Southern, Youngstown State, Oklahoma. Is that this turn? Who plays tonight in the actual tournament?
It's the first playing game.
Okay.
You're doing a great job making it sound like you at least know some of the groundscape there, the groundscape.
Me, I don't. You got anything for the games tonight, Brandon?
Yeah, so I like Texas Southern in the first matchup. I think the line is -2.5, so I would feel comfortable laying that.
It is too.
The only issue with Texas Southern is their record isn't really anything special. They had a great win against Grambling State, which I had Grambling State to win. I'm really surprised that they beat them. Grambling was the best team in that conference and should have been here. But I like Texas Southern, or I'm sorry, yeah, Texas Southern in this one. Fairline Dickinson, they
Is that a
don't really
real
play.
school? I've never
Yeah,
heard of it. Okay.
but the reason is because they don't play anyone good ever. So like the average number of strength school that they play is like 300 plus. So they're not really playing anyone that's competitive. So that's why I give the edge here to Texas Southern, because the competition that they play is a little bit better than Fairline here.
Gosh, there's another game tonight, right?
Yeah,
Nevada,
it's
Nevada,
the
Arizona
Nevada
State,
and
right?
Arizona State. So I actually am playing a teaser with this game or the Nevada game, and I'm playing a teaser with an NIT game. So I'm taking Cincinnati money line, and I'm teasing Nevada up to 8.5, and I got it at -110, and I'm putting 2.2 units on it to win two. I think Nevada has a really good chance to win outright. This is a team that is one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country. They get to the line close to 20 times a game. They just kind of had a bad way to finish the season. So that's my only downside with this team. But free throws are what's going to win this game, and I think Nevada can do that.
Yeah. All right.
I agree.
Jerry's
I
gonna
will
make
say
shit
no.
up.
I will say free throws are the biggest part. When I talk to Oaks,
I was gonna say
That's-
you
Yeah,
got that
he's
from
big
Burrow
on it.
77. But it's
He's
okay. Keep going.
huge on it.
he's huge. And it's true. I mean, you miss all your free throws. You might as well just not even show up. It's one of those things where it can make and break. Not even just the spread or a team's like chances. It can hurt your totals too. I was talking to Sidekicks yesterday where I had Purdue's the live over in the Purdue Penn State game, and Purdue missed two free throws, which like sucked for points wise, but it failed to push it to a two possession game with a minute left. Which once you're not in that two possession thing, there's no more chances to foul. It's a whole thing. So they can really affect the game greatly when you're not making your free throws.
Yeah, and Nevada's great at it, and on top of it, they get to the line. Like all they do is pretty much just run full speed down the court and try to create contact to get to the line. That's how they win their games. So
Any other
Yes.
just kind of major first round spots you're looking at?
yeah, there's a few dogs I like in the first round. I'll try to pull up some of the stuff. So I think a really good spot is West Virginia against Maryland. I am fading all Big Ten schools except Purdue. I think Purdue wins one, and then I have them losing to Maryland. But so I have West Virginia.
Fading a money line or fading them on spread?
I'm fading them in my bracket.
Gotcha.
Now, will I put money on it? I don't know, but as of right now,
There's always one conference that really falters. So I can see your back out there. Actually, I was gonna say I know I saw a line today that the Mountain West spread for wins is 3.5, and they've traditionally not fared well, but the over under this year is set at 3.5 wins.
and I think that's pretty tight
Yeah.
because I can see San Diego State winning two. Boise's 0-9 in the tournament all time. So, but I like their matchup. So I have Boise advancing, and that's one of the games that I'll probably play. I think their line's +1.5, but I would feel more comfortable teasing it. I just think Boise's a really tough team, and they match up well. So I like that one. Where it gets tricky is that fourth game, and in order to get that, I think Utah State has to beat Missouri. And I mean, they're favored to win, but I have Missouri winning that one. So I think we fall a little short on the 3.5.
Interesting. Have you been thinking of a trivia question?
I got one for you.
Got
You
one?
want
Okay,
it?
Not yet. We're gonna get there. First, I want to call my mom and see. I'm gonna put like $100 on whoever she says to. You guys hear the phone ringing? that she's gonna is gonna win the tournament.
Is this your way of flexing that you have $100?
Hello?
Because
No, hey, who do you have winning your in your bracket?
IU.
IU winning in the bracket,
Oh,
50
man,
to 1. So you bet
this
if
is
you bet
crazy.
if you bet $1 on that and they win, you get $50. Is that worth me putting $100 on? You think?
Sure.
Okay.
oh, the
I always do
confidence.
2 brackets. I always do an IU
Okay.
bracket,
Okay.
and
The
then
smart
something else.
bracket. The smart bracket.
The smart bracket? Ugh. Smart bracket.
Is your mom
Oh.
Quan?
I was
Is
gonna
Alabama
say
really
that.
good?
My mom wants to know if Alabama is really that good.
They're pretty
They seem
good.
kind of like imposters.
They're pretty good. She says they're imposters potentially.
I actually had a friend put
They seem like a football
that's
school, right?
yeah,
That's
that works. You'd appreciate this sidekick. I have a friend
Okay, I'm
that-
gonna do that. Thank you.
that works for Pickett. He does a bracket. He enters it into the Pickett pool where he does it every year. Where he picks his bracket based off if it was football tournament. Like he picks a bracket every year where it's like a matter of if there were football games, not basketball games. So
That's
he's got
awesome.
Alabama winning it. So
Hey, they might.
yeah.
They got a good chance. So
All right. Well, Degen Mom is on Indiana University, 50 to 1 to win outright. So I guess
I have Grand
I'm on
Canyon.
that. What'd you say, Jerry?
I have
Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon? Are they playing in the tournament? Okay, we gotta move on. You want to do trivia next? Then we can get Sidekick out of here.
Yeah, we can do trivia. I'm ready. I don't know. I feel like I guess we can't do profile picture anymore ever since Jerry
No,
got
I
all
feel like
weird
that's off
about
the
it.
table. I propose that the loser has to post a video on Twitter of like eating a raw jalapeno or something. But
No, I'll
these guys
just-
are
I'll-
cowards, so
I'll post a video of like me licking feet or something more reasonable.
okay, that's fine. That's fine. So
I want to
got,
lose on purpose now.
What about this one?
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, how is your wait? Is that your foot? How'd you get that up there like that?
that is impressive.
Yeah.
I could do this all day.
You should put it down. It's weirding me out a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, you shouldn't do all that though.
Okay, so I got 2 questions. I'll go first, and then Brandon will go, and then I will go. The loser, I guess somebody drop in the chat what the loser should have to do, and maybe we'll pick up on next. We don't really have anything bragging rights though for sure. Jerry is definitely looking for some redemption here. Went down pretty hard last week, kind of embarrassing, and there was some fallout there. Obviously, if you're following along on Twitter. So
Jesus,
the first question from me. World Baseball Classic going on. Minimum players with a minimum of 10 at bats. Who is leading? And don't be looking up stats right now. Who is leading the tournament in OPS? That's on base plus slugging percentage. I'm going to give you options. Is it Shohei Ohtani, Randy Arozarena, Anthony Santander, or Salvador Perez?
That's a
Can you go to
tough
the
one.
options again?
Yes. Shohei Ohtani, Randy Arozarena, Anthony Santander, Salvador Perez.
I'm going Randy.
I'm gonna go Perez because it feels like he kind of doesn't fit in there. And I know he's been doing it pretty well.
Donate to charity, Metro Boom. That's not a bad idea. Both of you are wrong, by the way. So I gave you 4 options. Both of you guessed wrong. So I don't know what the odds are on that, but I think it's like 50%. So that kind of sucks.
I think
The
we
answer
should
is
just-
actually Anthony Santander. So we're I'm just gonna run it back. We're gonna say minimum. It doesn't matter for the minimum. Who is leading the tournament in hits? Is it Nicky Lopez, Yoan Moncada, Tyler O'Neill, or Joey Meneses?
I will say one thing. I should be when I watch these games. I should be paying more attention. I didn't realize this would be a lot of World Baseball Classic stuff.
Okay, I'm going to give you the options again. Nicky Lopez, Yoan Moncada, Tyler O'Neill, or Joey Meneses. That's leading in overall hits. One guy has 9, the other 3 have 8.
I'm gonna go Meneses only
Ding, ding,
because
ding,
I
we have a
watched
winner.
Okay, well, I was gonna say because I watched the game where he hit 2 dingers in like the first 2 at bats.
He
That's
does
a
have 2
bad
home
way to-
runs. He has 2 home
Yeah.
runs and 9 total hits. Okay, on to question 2 from Sidekicks Picks.
All right. So this is college basketball. Which conference has the most men's college basketball championships?
ACC.
Is he right?
No.
Oh,
4, 3.
Come on, just
Two.
pick one out of
Go
your
Big
ass.
Ten. I think they have a lot. I don't know.
All right.
Pac-12.
It's Pac-12, of course it is.
Dang
Big
it,
Ten.
You guys suck.
UCLA had 11. They're
Okay.
the highest, so.
Question 3, Jerry can tie it up, and then I don't know what we do here. I don't know what we do, but we're going to figure it out. The all-time leader in NCAA tournament total points scored. Is it Christian Laettner? Is it Danny Manning, Elvin Hayes, or Oscar Robertson?
All
Are you out?
time.
No, you're not eligible, Brandon. Sorry.
Well, if that's right, we can't count this then. That's
What? No,
just
it's,
gave us
it's,
the
it's, it's Jerry versus Brian. You need the options again?
okay. Yeah,
Danny Manning, Oscar Robertson, Elvin Hayes, Christian Laettner.
I'm gonna go Hayes.
Wrong.
See,
Laettner.
Laettner.
You're-
It is Laettner. Now it's tied. Now I have to come up with something else.
see, last week there was like there were questions that we were at
I
least
know.
well versed in the
I
sports.
threw a wrench in it. All right, can you guys talk about something here for a second?
All right, so Brian, I just want to say that you absolutely stink. All right.
You know,
like
I think
trivia-
I think we call us. We could draw. Let's move
We could
on,
do
I
that.
think.
Let's just move on to the slate. We got some more
Yeah, yep,
entertaining stuff
I'm
to
in.
talk about.
I'm in. Sidekick, appreciate it. If you want to see
Yep.
all of Sidekick's plays for the tournament this weekend, go to goldboys.com, sign up. Sponsor plug here. You can get everything he's on. I think he might even have some Boom fantasy plays in there. Daily sports fantasy, sponsoring the GoldBoys network here. Appreciate those guys a ton. Daily Sports Fantasy and a prop over under kind of format. Also, huge thank you to Pickett Sports for providing Brian a salary, also sponsoring all of our shows. The number one must-have if you're gonna do any sort of gambling on sports. Hey, Brandon, appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, anytime, man.
Appreciate you.
All right, NBA. We ready?
I think I'm born ready.
Game number 1: Grizzlies and Heat. 4.5-point dogs are the Heat in Miami. Brian, what you got in this game?
I actually don't have any bets in this game, but the one look I do think is kind of interesting is, as annoying as he is, I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I think it's a good game for Bam Adebayo to get kind of going. His line's 18.5. He's under that in like three of his last 7. He's gone over. He's under 7 of the last 10, but he was getting 22.5 lines, and he just keeps underperforming, where that line's driven all the way down. And I think this matchup with Jaren Jackson is kind of playing a factor into this line, but I don't think Jaren Jackson's going to see him a lot one-on-one. They have Kevin Love now to kind of spread the floor a little bit, and if they get Jackson out of the paint, Bam Adebayo should just destroy at the rim. But the only issue with Bam Adebayo, and if anyone's ever bet on him, it's that he loves just to kind of not shoot or not rebound or have these long stretches of little usage. But if there was a play in this game I would like to take stock into his props, because I do think Jaren Jackson's such a risk for foul trouble, and I do think this is a game without Steven Adams where he should have success.
18.5 for close to even money on FanDuel right now. It's not bad for Bam Adebayo. You got anything?
Yeah,
on this
people
one?
hate him, so they'll take his unders all day.
It's a little rough. I mean, so the last 3 games, the Grizzlies give up the least amount of points in the paint. So it's one of those where you got to see how it plays out. And then you think about Kevin Love, but he's not really doing much out there. He's not shooting.
He's not
he's
doing
not,
anything. I just need a big body to kind of help the spacing.
He's gonna
just
end up
grabbing
going
some
off in one of
rebounds.
these games, but it'll be the wrong game. It won't be the game made by.
Yeah. I just think I have no wagers in this game, but that was the one look I had, because I do think you almost sometimes try to buy the dip for a guy that's going from 22.5 lines, that's dropped 2 whole baskets, and you just kind of hope they figure it out, because the Heat need someone to step up a little bit more here and there.
We cut you off, Jerry. What were you gonna say after Kevin Love?
No, well, I lost my train of thought. I completely forgot. But anyways,
Okay.
the Heat lately I've been getting up a lot of assists. I think last 3 games they're giving up the second most assists per game, 30 around there somewhere. Bane has been assisting. Tyus Jones has been assisting. They've been doing their thing, and so I put a little parlay together. I put Bain for 6 assists. He's hit this in 3 straight. Tyus Jones for 6 assists. He's actually hit 10 in 2 of the last 3. Desmond Bain for 3 threes, because obviously the Heat, for the last like 2 seasons, maybe 3 seasons, they've been giving up a lot of threes to shooting guards. We saw Gary Harris, who's not a high volume guy, by the way, attempt 10 threes versus them. So Desmond Bain to get 3 threes at almost even money is solid. And then you go back to the lack of points in the paint that the Grizzlies are giving up. Tyler Hero is going to attempt some threes. So I took 6 assists, 3 threes, 3 threes, plus 7.82. I think it's solid. It's something that should be in the ballpark. Third quarter should be something to root for. Should not be way off by any means. I say that now, and I'm probably just jinxed it. And I took a little bit of a lotto. I took Hero for 4, Bain for 4 threes, and Tyus Jones for 8 assists, because obviously 2 of the last 3 he's at 10 assists. And that's
Tyus
plus
Jones.
1920.
So
That's not
Tyus
bad.
Jones has been balling out. That John Morant's absence has been great for him, at least.
And so that first one you ran through is actually plus 821 right now on FanDuel, if I got it right. Tyus Jones, 6 assists. Desmond Bain, 6 assists. Desmond Bain, 3 threes. Tyler Hero, 3 threes. So actually,
plus
it picked up a
820 now?
little bit of value there. If you add in, Brian likes Bam tonight. If you add in his over 18.5, you're at 18-1 on FanDuel for an SGP. But again, real quick, Jerry's was Tyus Jones, Desmond Bain, both for 6 assists. Desmond Bain, Tyler Hero, both for 3 threes, plus 821 on FanDuel. I actually like that a lot, too. All right, next game. Sixers, Cavs.
Maybe Jerry should take this
I
one.
was
I
gonna
got
say,
too much. I got so
Brian's team here tonight. Apparently, he was telling us
I-
before. Oh, no, you were telling us on the show. Joel Embiid or death, basically. Ryan props in
Yeah.
chat, by the way. He's also a Sixers fan. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a game where the only play I have in this game in this matchup is I did take something that if you follow me on Twitter or on GoldBoys, I take it often. I mean, you can
DeAndre Ayton
I don't-
doesn't play for either of these teams.
yeah, we don't talk about that after the whole misfit whatever that was last night where they credited him with the wrong shot that killed me a little bit. But yeah, I don't know if it's if you followed me with Ryan in my show with the PPDs in the MLB season. There's something with the DraftKings slash MGM builder that just kind of helps you find these values in certain SGPs. Right now, if you get Joel Embiid 30 plus points and Harden 8 plus assists, it's plus 105 on DK and MGM. It is minus 165 on the builder for FanDuel. That is like a crazy difference.
It is.
And it's something where I've always said this, where bias aside, Joel Embiid gets into these scoring runs, and the last thing I would ever want to do is be on the under in his kind of, these runs he gets where he just decides, I'm going to score 30 points. He's wildly efficient in the last 6 games, scoring 30 in all of them. And in those 6 games, he benefits the most from the PNR from James Harden, who is 4.5 assists per game going to Embiid. So it's one of those things where you can get plus money for a basket lower than Embiid's actual line. And I just find it, like Jerry can probably agree with this as someone that does a lot of the correlation with the same game parlays. If Embiid's scoring 30 points, it's a very unlikely situation he's doing that without being assisted by his stud point guard, where he plays a lot of the PNR. And as good as he is in the post and on his post moves, a lot of times he's getting those assists by Harden.
Yeah, I agree with that. And look at it this way. I mean, last game, Joel Embiid had 29. Now Jared Allen's out for this game. So is that worth 4 points to you? His line is 32.5. Is that worth an extra 4 points for you? Just for his line alone? I think so.
Yeah. And do you know my thing is there? I'm glad you brought that up, because with Jared Allen out, it's actually funny. Embiid's gone under this line in twice against the Cavs, but in the first one, Jared Allen was in. I mean, the first one Jared Allen was out, was in. So it was. James Harden was out. Yeah, sorry, James Harden was out in the first matchup. So despite Jared Allen being out in the first matchup, without Harden, the Cavs threw like triple, double teams at him, and they swarmed in the paint. With Harden back in, you take away Jared Allen, but you also add in the fact that you can't just throw 3 guys at him in the paint, and you have to guard that PNR. So I think it kind of balances out where I think without Jared Allen, he should have one of those games where he just kind of solidifies that MVP race he's trying to win here.
And a big factor you gotta think about is the last time they played each other. PJ Tucker had a career game of 10 points, so that's another factor to think about.
That was one of my favorite write-ups I've ever done on any single prop, Jerry. I was like, PJ Tucker's doubtful, and if he's out, that's 3 points that has to go to somebody.
All right. Anything else in this game?
Nah, that's it. I just like Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I kind of like him too. He's pretty good at basketball. Sacramento Kings, Chicago Bulls, pretty tight spread here. Is somebody not playing for the Kings? I feel like the Bulls are not very good at basketball, and the Kings are.
It's very confusing. As a big Kings fan, a self-proclaimed Kings fan, it's a very interesting spread. But no, they're healthy. Fox and Sabonis are playing, and it's very tempting to take the Kings here.
The Bulls are not very good at basketball, right? Like,
No,
they're like fraudulent. Yeah. I mean, minus 18 on the money line, or close to even money for minus 1.5 even. Like, yeah, I might go ahead and just take that. That seems like duh. But
yeah, the Kings struggle on the road, but does that really outweigh the fact that the Bulls are the Bulls? I don't know. I don't think so.
No. But then it always seems like all of us are on the wrong side of the Bulls every time we bet on anything related to them. But you guys got anything serious in this game? I am taking the Kings.
The Kings are the only look I would have. I don't. There's a lot of talk for DeMar DeRozan, but I'm not getting into the DeRozan Levine mix up where it's always gonna be one of those, but you never know who.
I took DeRozan last night, apparently in my sleep because I woke up with it in my bet slip. But the matchups there, they've been giving up, I think, the third most points to his position. And who is Keegan Murray going to attack and get into foul trouble with? He's been getting early hooks. Have you seen that lately? He's been getting hooked a lot. Mike Brown is on his ass. And there's games where he is a complete defensive liability. You just you don't know if it's going to be this game or that game, because some days he looks really sharp, he looks good, but he's still a rookie. He's had those mistakes, but he gets into his own head, and if he gets into foul trouble early, he's going to get cooked for the rest of the game. So it could be a big DeMar DeRozan day. Who knows?
Yeah, me and Will Hill yesterday, we kind of touched on that because we have the Kings futures to win the division, and as much as it sucks as bettors, Mike Brown, as he says, is on his ass. Where there's so many good wing players for that team, whether it's Monk, Herter, Keegan Murray, like even like they have like the rotation of Lyles and some other guys. If one person comes out there and gives you like 6 minutes of just bad basketball, he's not afraid to say, all right, we have the next man up. You're not starting the second half. You're lucky to see the fourth quarter. Like it's kind of frustrating to bet on, but as a team manager,
excellent,
really working for the Kings. Like it keeps guys sharp. And if you're not sharp, you better be sharp next game because we'll pull you again. So it's kind of working for the Kings on this unlikely success they've had.
Gotta think he starts out at least guarding Patrick Williams, I guess. Like probably Harrison Barnes maybe takes DeMar, Kevin Huerter takes Levine.
I think Patrick Williams is going to come off the bench, but he's going to rotate in. They're going to be switching our lineup around. DeMar's going to play the 3 and the 4. It's going to be a good matchup. But you just, like I said, you don't know what Keegan Murray is going to show up. But if I'm betting on DeMar DeRozan, I'm hoping it's not the Keegan Murray that's
good.
Sharp.
Interesting. Got a question in chat. If we had to pick one game to bet, who do we have? I like the Kings. I like the Kings on the money line minus 118, but also I suck at gambling.
Was the question for one game you had to pick? If I had to pick one game, like out of any game on the slate, I'm biased with the Sixers, but I think the most value is with Embiid and Harden lines. That's kind of my thing. If I needed a quote unquote play of the day or whatever you want to call it, as I love getting plus money for that Embiid Harden same game parlay. If that's I'm looking at the chat now.
Can you rattle that off again real quick?
Yeah, so Embiid 30+ points with Harden 8+ assists and a same game parlay on DraftKings or any of those books with the same builder. It is plus money. I wouldn't play it past like minus 125. That it depends what your bookie says. He said he wants to kill his bookie.
Yes, if he's talking about an actual bookie, he might just talking about outcomes, which case Kings for me. But
yeah, Kings is a good one. I just was saying if that was the play of the day, it would be the Kings, or I mean, if you want to trust the Sixers, which once again, a little biased as a fan, but without Jared Allen, this team's rolling. I think they're only getting 2 at most books, so that's another spot that could be fun to watch.
2.5 on FanDuel right now. Anything you just love so far that we haven't we've talked about already, Jerry?
I'm sorry. What'd you say about my mama?
Never mind. Let's just go to the next game. Celtics Timberwolves. Jerry, I guess you can go first since I just insulted your mother apparently by accident somehow.
I can't believe that just happened live.
So for this game, my lock of the century is gonna be Marcus Smart to get a double-double. And I can't tell you why. It's plus 1500, and I am just kidding. I'm definitely not betting that. But
Dude, what the hell? You can't do. I just took
I was
it.
literally about to do it, man. Like,
Oh, what the?
All right, so
Jesus.
there's this running joke, right? So I had the most horrendous write-up the other day. Most of my write-ups have been fucking terrible lately, but excuse my French. I had a write-up the other day, and ironically, Conley and Marcus Smart, who are playing each other now, I had a write-up where everybody's off these guys, right? They're off the wagon. Marcus Smart isn't assisting anymore like he was in the beginning of the season. Conley's not doing it anymore because you have Kyle Anderson going crazy. And they're both going to be due for this big double-double game like they've had many times this season. Both of these guys are having really good seasons as far as doubles are concerned earlier in the season. I put a nice little parlay together both of these guys were in the plus 1,000 range. It was a super lotto. I'm like, this is going to come close. We're going to be sweating. It whipped so badly. It was the most biggest donation of my life. And now they play each other.
So take it again.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna be honest. It sounds like Jerry's absolutely not taking this. I might jump on this because this really feels like just, a universe play that Jerry got screwed last night, so he's not gonna take it. It's like I feel like it's definitely gonna hit tonight.
The funny thing is, so last
man.
night we were laughing about it, and someone made me do it again, but they made me take. Where is it? Holy shit! Give me 1 second. It is. Come on. It is not a double-double, but it is a plus 5,000. It's for Marcus Smart and Conley to get 10 points each, and both of them to get 8 assists each. Plus 5,000.
It's not bad, honestly.
It's horrendous.
It's not terrible.
These guys can't even get 3 assists. They're getting foul trouble. I mean,
I will say Marcus Smart really went from the guy that was running and commanding that offense to Jerry's point where you talk about Brogdon, Derek White, all these other guys that have kind of come up. It's like sometimes when you bet trends, Jerry, you want to get ahead of it before it happens. As someone that bets unders, I so wish I got on Marcus Smart's unders before. Like you look back, and it's like, holy hell, he's going under in like 12 of his last 14 games, and you're like, damn it, how come I didn't see that? So I do think it's one of those things where he always has potential to pop off, but his role is so weird. Is that a good word? Weird. It's just strange with that new offense.
Well, you have so many primary ball handlers in an offense, and then you have Al Horford who will go off for 6 assists on any given day, and then on top of that, Marcus Smart for the most part has 3 fouls in the second quarter a lot of the time, and then he's playing the second half in foul trouble, playing very passive. He is just a pain in the ass to bet on. Mike Conley is just a victim of Kyle Anderson. Yeah. Kyle Anderson is coming out here getting triple doubles. I mean, that's another offense that I really thought Conley was going to be able to run smoothly, and here comes Kyle Anderson ruining that. And then you also have Anthony Edwards who will go off for 6 to 8 assists on a random Tuesday, so.
Carson Paul TV in one game versus Minnesota this year. Smart did have 10 assists. Just saying. I'm on this double-double officially. I put like $3 on it. So.
Dude, I wish I had $3 to throw away. Are you kidding me?
It was cutting it close after the DGen mom made me put $100 on Indiana University to win the tournament. So
yeah, that's
it's kind of put me in a tough spot financially.
Joined a quant investment firm.
Honestly, like we're gonna get to the other games. It blows my mind how much money Quan wastes on like betting on his alma mater. I fade my alma mater. I went to Mount St. Mary's, my alma mater, still Division I school. Cool, yeah, but like still, it's just like I don't understand the idea of being like, oh, I love my school that much, I'm gonna lose $2,000 a year by betting on them. All right, that's an interesting strategy.
We'll see when I win like whatever that math is, a lot of money when they win it all. Actually, I use kind of my alma mater, but I got my degree actually at the Indianapolis campus at IUPUI, so. I'm kind of a poser, but it's kind of whatever.
Doesn't really count. So next game, what's the next
Lakers
game?
Only 3. I know Lakers aren't that good, but only being 3-point favorites, somebody's got to not be playing right against the
AD's not playing.
Okay, against the worst organization in basketball, probably Houston Rockets. It is in Houston. You guys betting on this game, or is it just a full pass?
My favorite bet of the night is on this game.
All
And
right.
I hope it doesn't blow up in my face because I used my profit boost, which everybody's been getting lately, and I've gotten one in the last 2 weeks, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm going with Austin Reeves. His
Yes,
line,
AR-15. We were just talking about him for like 20 minutes on the Spaces.
yeah, his line is 3.5. And actually, it's weird. The odds were a little better if you took 4 assists straight. Sometimes they never get line those up right. But I took 4 assists. It was -125. I used my profit boost. I got it up to +120. Max you can put is $50. If I lose that, I'll probably cry. But he's hit that in 8 of the last 10 games.
I'm in. Minus
He
one.
did
The
that in
3.5
5
is -122 now straight. It's -125 for 4+. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so they flipped it. It was -128 and so they flipped it. So you get a better line now when you go to assists over 3.5. Yeah, he's hit it the last 5 straight games. There's even some value on 6 assists here. I think 5 of the last 10 games he's had 5 or more assists. They're playing the Rockets. I mean, come on, he should get plenty of playing time. He's going to get at least 25 minutes. If he gets over 30, that's 6 assists. At +320, he's looking good. But I don't want to waste my profit boost on that. I just want to take the simple number here, 4. Which he's hit in 8 of the last 10. And one of the games that he didn't hit it, he only played 21 minutes. So if he plays over 25 minutes, I think this is a really, really good play.
So this is gonna be really bad on air, but if I'm on Pickett Sports right now, and BetMGM has 4 assists at +100.
I'm in.
Yeah, so if you
in with
use the
you.
Pickett
Let's go.
Sports app, so actually this is not like a plug, but it's also a plug. That's like the best part about having Pickett Sports is the line shopping. Is I used to actually be the guy that would try to figure out how to line shop, like modeling wise, which Eli can also attest to. That can be really difficult. And
Impossible.
but
Without
now that
thousands of
Pickett
dollars.
Sport has the Odds Jam partnership, and I can just have it on my phone, it saves me so much time of like trying to be smart, where I don't even have to worry about it anymore. So it's kind of fun. But +100, I will tail that for a little bit. That's a good spot. AR-15. He gets a lot of minutes, and we kind of talked about before with Mike Brown, the Kings, that they're so quick to pull people. Lakers they got so many guards and so many other people where if he comes off the bench and he gives you like 5 good minutes, he could play like 30+ minutes off the bench because he's got that role where they're okay just letting him run if he's as long as he's being productive.
It
Yeah,
is.
he's been
It
playing.
is indeed. Sometimes a little bit of delay with Pickett, but it is indeed still +100 for over 3.5. I will say MGM, if their user experience was just a little bit better, I think they have a lot better. There's a lot of value in their lines sometimes, but
Hey,
man,
whoa,
yeah. So
whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
download Pickett Sports app, and Oh wait, are you sponsored? Sorry.
I'm
it's-
not.
it-
Well, I think we're all
just
sponsored.
MGM.
The show is sponsored by them. So
MGM. I
think,
said MGM.
oh no,
The
okay,
user
yeah.
experience
Oh.
of the MGM BetMGM Sportsbook could
In
be
my
better.
defense,
It could be
I was
better.
I was replying to the chat. I thought you meant Pickett Sports, and I was
Gotcha.
like, I actually
Anyway.
like their interface.
Oh yeah, it's
Okay,
awesome. So
yeah.
download the app and use code BrianVsTheBooks, or actually, I don't know if Jerry has a Pickett code. So you get $3
We'll get him
or,
one. We'll
or
get him one.
$100 just for free. I don't know how they do that. I don't know where they get the money, but download the app, use code BrianVsTheBooks or code GoldBoys. You can just get free money. But anyway, yeah, Jerry.
Use code GoldBoys, not BrianVsTheBooks.
That's we could just
Yeah.
not give Brian money.
See
It's
that-
fine, too.
Actually, my code is actually FaceOff40 because I was like the third person. I was in their beta. I helped develop the app, so I
You
was in
couldn't
the
get your own
beta
name in it?
processing.
Wait, so it's not Brian. It's actually Face Off 40.
Yeah,
Okay.
they never changed it because I was like the original person that they used. So I have like a really weird one from the beta version of the app.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
We ready for the
The
next
more you
game?
know.
Where you bet on this game, Brian?
No, this is a game where I think it's one where I'm gonna tell Jerry because I talked about AR-15 for so long. And I liked his assist, but this is a game that's be so fun to watch. This actually is a fun game where if you have a free bet somewhere, maybe just take some spots you like. And I don't advertise like parlaying too much, but like this is like almost like a nuke game. If you have like 3 or 4 spots you like, it's almost like throw
Chuck
your
'em all
$3, $10 bet and just see what happens. I mean, this is a track meet.
I'm in.
And it's petrifying that Beasley went off the way he did because do you want to bet on him a second game to go off? Because I don't know if I do.
Jerry, hear this. The Pelicans have the best 3-point defense in the league. I took his under yesterday, and he made. You know what's funny though? He made his first 3 because in my write up I was like, if he makes his first 3, I'll just turn it off. He made his first 3, and I turned off the game. My friend texted me, goes, "No, he'll slow down." And I was like, "Dude, if he makes the first one, it's over." Like he's such a streaky guy, and
He's
he
been
just
starting
got
off 0
tip
for
for
2
cat.
a lot and then finishing 2 for 8.
Yeah.
So you're right. Once he gets that first one, If he misses that first one for the Rockets, I'm gonna hammer his under live.
That's fair, and it's good for AR-15. Get him some more minutes.
Yeah, man. Mavericks Spurs just locked. We get anything? Had to be news. or
Kyrie
something?
Irving's out. I feel like we kind of knew that.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, and in his interview, Kyrie Irving literally said, "My foot's not feeling good." I don't even think we have to spend time on that game unless Jerry has anything.
I'm sticking with Josh Green, 20 points.
Yeah.
Plus 155. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It'll make it 3 games in a row.
Josh Green, 20 points for plus 155. Nice. All right, I'm in. I'll take that too. All right, 1 game left. We're flying. Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Clippers, 3-point spread. Warriors getting 3 points in LA. Whoever wants to go first. I'm tired. It's been a long week. Sorry,
I'm
energy's
gonna
down.
let Jerry go first because
Energy's
I have
down.
an under in this game, and I'm only gonna give it out if Jerry's not on the over. So we're gonna.
So a game like this, like I want to put together like a couple like degenerate lottos and just enjoy a good basketball game. Some of these games I bet on and it ruins it for me. It literally ruins it for me. This is a game where it should be a good battle. Obviously the Warriors aren't what they were, but it should be a good fun battle and I just want to enjoy it. So probably gonna stay away from Klay Thompson.
Thank God.
Because
Yes.
not gonna. I just don't like betting on him 2 games in a row. I just don't. You know, it's just
It's a Steph Curry game. You can say it. So you can say this is a Steph Curry game. I feel like
it does feel like that. It feels like Steph is just gonna dribble around and annoy everybody and do one of those crazy threes where he's looking at the crowd. He's gonna have fun with it. It's in LA. He's gonna love the spotlight.
Hey, if you want Steph Curry for 30 and Klay Thompson alt under 20.5, let's make it alt under 19.5. You get it for plus 328. If you like Steph, you probably don't like Klay tonight.
yeah.
Is it a vibe? I don't know.
That's my one play today, Jerry. I took Klay Thompson under 22.5 points at minus 115, and I like it a lot. You kind of mentioned like 2 days in a row. He popped off last game, and you don't want to like succumb to that thinking. But when you have a 2-man tangent like this, and one guy scores like 40 in the game before, you almost kind of naturally shift to the other guy that's his friend and his counterpart. Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those things where have you seen, if you guys have Propside Cash, look at the splits between Klay Thompson home and away. He's averaging 24.8 points per game at home, and it drops to 19 points on road games. He's under an 18 of 25 road games. He's averaging just 19 points, and he is under he has not cracked 20 points against the Clippers this year. And when I posted this on Twitter, someone did mention that he's from California, like he's from LA, I mean. So they're like, oh, he's going home. Be careful. He's also under this in 6 of his last 11 career games at the Clippers. So the whole narrative of like he's going home is like kind of fun to like back, unless you look at the past games and he's just not doing it. So Klay on the road, tough matchup in terms of the defensive prowess of the Clippers. It really does feel like a Steph takeover game over a Klay Thompson game.
It's funny you mentioned the whole LA narrative because that's what killed it for me in the past because I've seen that narrative and I'm like this is a pretty good narrative. I'm gonna ride this one and it just bombed multiple times in my face and I'm like just never again. It's just that just feels irrelevant to me. I mean, this is Klay Thompson. He's played around the country. He's a superstar. I don't think playing in LA really means much to him. So it's
It's just I think it's funny where I think you have to use context for your context. Like Julius Randle, when he goes to LA, he hates LA. He was, hated to have that ended. He loves to go off against them. But if what I'm saying is someone commented saying he's going home, be careful with this fade. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool context, but he's also under in 6 of the last times he's gone to LA. So it's like you got to put context to the context. Like it's the MVP debate. You can find stats to back your candidate however way you slice it. So it's like you gotta take everything with a grain of salt.
I know what you're saying. That's maybe not how I would have said it, but I'm also an idiot like you.
I also chose my words very carefully. It makes a lot of sense, and I am gonna stick by it.
Content was great. Content was great. Yeah, my nose might be bleeding. It is 100%.
Oh God.
All right, so this show just got like 1,000 times better. Wow, that was what the show was missing.
This is like the police leaving and leaving
Yeah.
us in charge. You know, a bunch of juvenile delinquents.
Yeah. To kind of close off there, though, is I did find it interesting. 30 games played this year with Steph Curry. He's only averaging 20 points. He's under this in 24 of the 37. So I just think, I see some people on his over, and their reasoning is like, oh, the last 35 games, he's going off. It's like, yeah, but the last 35 games, Steph also missed, 20 of them? So it kind of is not maybe not 20, 15. It's been, no, what did he miss? 4 weeks? He missed a good amount, a good chunk of games.
Who?
Steph Curry.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Do you get nosebleeds like that often?
When the weather starts to change, it's pretty warm today. It's been cold all week, so
Maybe that's a
yeah.
sign. Someone's gonna get a broken nose in this game.
Can we bet on
Did
that?
you,
Max
did you
betting their
guys?
unders.
Was it Torrey Craig last night that lost his teeth?
No idea.
Was it him? Did no one watch the Suns game? I think Torrey Craig lost a
Lost his
tooth.
teeth.
I think Giannis was charging in and he lost a tooth. I think it was Torrey Craig. I don't know if anyone knows, but I think so. Yeah, he lost a tooth yesterday.
Now I'm worried. This is gonna be a sign. I guarantee if someone is gonna break their nose, one of these star players, this is gonna be a disaster.
All right. Anyway,
I did take one little degenerate lotto. Without context, I took Draymond Green and Russell Westbrook for 8 assists each. Steph Curry 5 threes, Paul George 3 threes.
Paul
Plus-
George is gonna ruin that, but go ahead.
You don't put that mojo in. Don't
Yeah, what
don't
the
you
hell?
do
Man?
it.
He gets one nosebleed and becomes the most pessimistic guy.
No, I just hate Paul George.
Sorry,
Plus
Jerry.
22-14.
22
say
40.
your
Okay,
odds.
it's worth it. It's worth it. I'm a Pacers fan, Jerry, so I hate Paul George with every ounce of my being. But
And maybe if you didn't pick your nose so much, you wouldn't get nosebleeds.
dude,
right?
I've never picked my
Yeah.
nose in public or on camera before.
Yeah, you do it behind closed doors.
Yeah.
All right.
You very specifically did not mention any other place besides camera and public.
That was the joke.
I know. I'm just saying.
Oh, Brian, you're so innocent.
No, I'm just saying. Oh my god, I was backing you up. Never mind, Jerry. I hope Jerry fucking falls down the stairs.
What's your best bets tonight, Brian? Let's get out of here.
Honestly, my best bets are the two I definitely have locked in is Klay Thompson under 22.5 points and the pairing of Joel Embiid 30 plus with Harden 8 assists. If you want to ladder that up, if you have free bets, I'm all for Embiid Joe ladder there.
I'm gonna give a couple things here because we didn't talk about UFC at all, and this isn't the UFC show. If you're gonna be watching UFC 286 Saturday, Casey O'Neill at -170 is worth the juice. I haven't put it in yet, but I'm probably gonna be on Casey O'Neill money line combined with over around and a half for -115. I think that's a really good look. I think Casey O'Neill's just a better fighter all around. I also think Justin Gaethje is a live dog at +195 on DraftKings, and I also think Veronica Macedo is a live dog at +350 also on DraftKings. So combine that with my 50-1 pick for my mom for the Indiana Hoosiers to win the NCAA tournament and the Kings money line. What do you got, Jerry?
My best bet is Austin Reeves to get
Love
4
it.
assists tonight. And
We
thanks to
both
Brian
killed that.
for letting me know that BetMGM has the best line at +100. I
Actually,
took a
thanks to
profit
Pickett.
boost if you have one on FanDuel. I got it for +120. And Desmond Bain at even money for 3 threes, right around there. That's solid to me.
All right, we gotta get out of here because I'm gonna have to change my nose tampon and get this to stop bleeding. So
Yeah,
know
let's
what?
get out of
Hey,
here and I'll
we
take
got-
a nap
we got
for the
through it.
games.
all right, go Hoosiers. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the chat interactions. Thank you to Pickett Sports. Thank you to Boom Fantasy. Thank you to GoldBoys.com. Go do all those things, and we'll see you tomorrow at some time. I don't know when. Just watch the Twitter. See ya.
Jets.